seasons change. People change. Feelings change. Happy Throwback Thursday. This for all my older folks out there over 40. Yeah, where's the 40 club? Who remembers the song? Okay, I'll give you the band. I didn't know there was so much music. I guess that's more 80s and 90s. I came to the United States in 1987, and so many of this group's songs were out. Expose. Who remembers them? Seasons change. Oh goodness. Okay. And I'm not gonna play it for all the YouTube trying to give me some access for copyrights. Oh, YouTube. Okay, I am looking forward to creating our live event. So Jimmy and I have done weekend retreats for other organizations, never ours. We did one. It's called a Couples Plantsgiving. We did it in November, and we just like tried out the concept with our a few of our friends, and it was awesome. But we definitely want to create a business around that because we love being outdoors, and there's magic when couples get together by the woods, when we go to little small towns and have coffee and eat out, when we gather by the fireplace with our hot beverages. It's a lot of fun because I've been to so many marriage retreats, not so many, but even before a marriage retreat, just different retreats, and a lot of times, they're in hotels and not very inspiring. And there's always like so much to do. Like the agenda is like packed. This couple's Thanksgiving was very laid back. They were like fruitful conversations. Shout out to the Scamadellas, of course, to the Harbins, and to the Salazars. That was so much fun. Thank you guys for joining us in that. So we definitely want to do something around this. Um, and it'll be fun, at least for me, to happen in different states. And we will travel. We will travel because well, yeah, if we're making it into part of the YSuperstars business, part of one of our projects, then of course it will be feasible, it will be smart to do, and it's always been the end goal. And a lot of times, we ask ourselves, what do we want for our business? And I have like this goal that's all the way here, but then we work on it over here. We grind here when we really want that. So I'm saying that to myself to remind me of the end goal, which is this weekend, a week retreats, long term unions of leaders, because that's the way I see it. Anyway, well, that was a long intro. Today we're going to talk about embracing change. And it's time for a dad joke. And I'm going to call a teacher because I love teachers. I really do. Because in the midst of all this toxic environments, there are amazing people. So let's see if this teacher is available. I was in her classroom 3 weeks ago with her students. Let's see if she picks up. She might be in a class. But I am in a mood of sharing a dad joke. It's ringing. Dad joke phone call. Oh man, looks like we're not gonna be able to get her. Aw.
Hello.
Yeah, no, not available. Okay. All right. So shout out to Jahira, one of my favorite teachers out there. Okay. Talk is cheap until you speak to a lawyer. Oh, but there are so many professionals out there that charge her just like for a conversation. It's crazy. Um, Not me, people. Come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. Oh, it's Throwback Thursday. Go ahead, Jodeci. Okay, so yeah, if you want to chat about coaching or anything I'm talking about, purchasing the journal or anything that I do, there's 30 minutes of a discovery call. We get to chat. Like, let's talk. Like, we gotta match. If it's not gonna happen, oh, guys, I will not go. Why would I want a nightmare customer? I gotta make sure that we are here, okay? And same for you. It goes both ways. But anyway, oh, we might have the teacher call us back, but I already said the joke, so I can repeat it again. Why not? Okay. So I'll make sure I was finishing that thought, but got distracted. Yesterday we had the Latina series. Well, actually, the Mama series, Siriana. She said, "Make sure you put some socks." And today, you what if we actually do have the first Hispanic president? This is what it will look like. Thanks, Claudia, for sharing this. This was hilarious this morning.
Good morning and buenos dias. Today we thank our mothers. Mommy, I have so much to thank you for. Thank you for la chancleta. It did not only show me discipline, but it showed me that a sandal can be a weapon. Thank you for Viva Porru, without which I would probably be dead by now. Thank you for only screaming at me in public restrooms and not in front of everybody in the store. Thank you for sana, sana, culito de rana. Si no sana hoy, sanará mañana. All of my wounds were somehow made better. Thank you for waking me up every Saturday morning to clean the house. I loved it. Thank you for teaching me that nothing in the house was lost, just that you hadn't gone to look for it. Finally, Mama, I love you. I cherish you. I am thankful for you. Without you, I would not be el presidente of the... My
Guys, this had me cracking up. Claudia, thank you for sending me this. This was so funny. I mean, it's a dad president joke, whatever you want to call it. I thought it was so good. There's so many things. Thank you for waking me up early on Saturday to clean the house. That is definitely a thing. Like I was speaking about moving here in 1987. I was 11 years old. Like, you're used to all these things, and that didn't happen at my cousin's house. They weren't cleaning anything on a Saturday. I'm like expecting that. Well, at least some of my cousins, some other cousins, yes. But yeah, it's just so funny. Thank you for discipline me in public bathrooms, but not like out there. That is so funny. Thinking back, let's see. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I got distracted by the text. Thinking back, I wanna. I was like, did my mom discipline me in public? Yeah, absolutely. So not my mom. Man, I still remember. I told this to Jimmy all the time. See, I there was no chancla at least that I remember. Claudia, let me know if mom ever hit you with the chancla, because it never happened to me. I did get hit. Like, I got pinched, people, pinch, like right in my side. I remember it was maths, and I'm like saying hello because I love saying hello, and I'm like saying hi to people, trying to talk during mass, and my mom is like, sit, and I'm like, but how can people see my cuteness? I gotta like be out there. And she asked me again, I still didn't do it, and then like she pinched me so hard in my thigh, like I dropped like in the chair. I was like, Oh, ouch. Oh, ow, ow. That hurt. And that, yeah, I'll never sat in a mass chair or bench, whatever it was. All I know was wooden. It was wood. And it hurt my tush because the impact on my tush was pretty hard. Anyway, oh my gosh. This is so funny. He is funny. I know he's half Cuban, half Dominican. That is such a great mix. So anyway, so thank you, Marcelo, for just really bringing joy. Bringing joy to us. You can check out his stuff in Netflix or in YouTube. And if you know my sister, she has like, I feel like she has like a file in there. Boop, she'll send one. And I believe he grew up in Miami. So shout out to Miami and all my Miami people and family in Miami. I still have. Okay. Shall we get to our topic? It's been 11 minutes. About seasons. My mom and I were walking yesterday and it was hotter. We went a little later and we're like, wow, like just a few days ago we were walking with sweatshirts and yesterday, oops, excuse me, yesterday it was pretty hot. And we both were wearing long pants. And we're like, it's time for some like capris or some shorts. And change is always shocking, right? And so like the word here or the key word that I like to share is embrace. Because where my Brene Brown fans embrace the suck. Right, it's different. And I really wanted the weatherman to be here, but he's still getting ready for work, so he might not be joining this conversation. I really wanted him to, but um he's got a pencil story. We got a pencil story about change. Jimmy, are you ready to share? He's leaving. Like, are you ready to share your pencil story? He's ready, people. He's gonna get in the car. We're gonna hear about his dad. One of the things that I did nothing for this, so I thank my parents for this. As I mentioned, I moved here in 1987. That was a shocking change. Like going from Peru to here was, talk about culture shock. With everything, like what? No, ¿qué? ¿Por qué? What? That was pretty much me. Maybe for like 3 months. And it's actually very common for me to, when I go to a new place, for me to hate it. Like when I moved to Miami, like when I was in New York and I moved to Miami, I hated Miami. I hated the school. I just like hated it all. And hated it so much. I told my parents I'm moving back to New York, and I live with my my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin Leslie. And I was just like, just angry. That was just me all the time, all the time. Same thing when I moved to the country. I did not like it at all. So because there was so many changes, it used to take me about a year to assimilate. In Miami, same thing, like I went to the Coral Park. Shout out to those who went to Coral Park. I hated it. I hated Coral Park when I was a sophomore. And then I went back to New York for my junior year, whatever, I came back. But there was a change, right? For me, like I needed that year to make choices. But it was like life that like forced those changes in me. Like, am I really gonna complain every day, all day, or like is it time to embrace something? So when I did move to New York, my mom went up there. And might have shared this before. She gave me two choices. Either you're coming back to Miami or you're coming back to Miami. So yeah, as you can see, that pinch. And mom was very strict, okay, but she did give me a car, and so that was the biggest thing. Because if you live in Florida, you know that if you don't have a car, it's hard. It's hard to go out there and make friends. It's hard to do anything in Florida without a car. So I'm very grateful for that. So that was one of those big changes because, moving to the United States, to New York. And then from New York, we had to move to Miami. And I already was assimilated to New York, or had about 3-4 years. And I'm like, why? So anyway, all these changes were pretty much forced down. you know and that develops character. I understand, and it's like part of my grid, it's part of my story, it's part of my journey. But I also do know that people have a really hard time because I've experienced it, right? And I know I mentioned I've lived like over 20, well, by now I may be in the 30s of homes I've had, because yes, my parents also divorced. Had, well, first separated, so that was a lot of change in there, and then like legally divorced. And I was in Miami, went back to New York, and now I'm back here in Florida. However, in Orlando, beautiful Orlando. Shout out to all my Orlando peeps out there. So anyway, guys. So in that sense, it's taking a while. It's not something that just all of a sudden I really know how to do it. And it doesn't take me as long. It's not a year. But I do go through grimy seasons. Like when I moved to Orlando, same thing. Jimmy was in here. I had a really hard time. I had a hard time in Orlando for sure, to say the least. And there's like periods of loneliness, periods of like confusion, and periods of regrets. Like, what did we just do? Why did I do this? Right? I mean, let me know in the comments if you could relate to that. So anyway, seasons are part of a reminder that the change is for a reason. And that's for me. But I wanted to like start, or rather kick off, by just expressing or reminding myself that when we believe we're good at something and we can become impatient with somebody else, it's most likely because life is the biggest teacher. Shout out to Pascal. Maybe first month back in January, we are talking about favorite teachers, and she said her favorite teacher was life. And that's so true. Those are hard lessons, to say the least, that can wake us up, just like the mommy's pinch at that church. I never stood in that bench for the rest of my life. Imagine as an adult. Anyway, guys, so let's embrace it. Basically, that's what I want to talk about. It, Seasons are gonna happen. As Jimmy said the other day, winter happens every single year. Every single year there's gonna be a snowstorm. Or for us here in Orlando, prepare for a hurricane. It's gonna land. And as oh, there he is. And as a season, we know that winter has a beginning and winter has an end as well. So here's a Zito. Zito,
Hey,
hi, honey.
hey,
Why don't we
honey.
kick off with what's the weather, man?
It's about 58 according to the car. I think it's gonna be up in the 70s today.
72, I heard from Alexa.
Oh, I'm like a terrible weatherman. I never know. I'm never prepared, basically. But are they even? Do they even know what's happening? I feel like the weather people find out the weather.
No, they get a piece of paper. They don't even do it. Somebody else does this
They,
for them.
like all these meteorologists, they have like a bunch of charts and a bunch of theories and a bunch of like computer models. But at the end of the day,
Oh no, your reception's a little choppy there.
one
Oh,
second.
we have lost the weatherman, but we're gonna get him back. Anyways, he's fixing his camera. It looks like your cameraman is not available. It's only you today in the field.
Yeah, it's just me. It's really hard to find good help.
We gotta fire that cameraman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, babe, because I don't know how long we're gonna have you for reception. I really would love for you to share your story about pencil and change. So, this is elementary school, correct? Possibly
Yeah.
third grade.
Why don't you find the story amusing? Why don't you tell it?
Because I need to go to the bathroom really quick. I cannot see you. We are seeing a black screen.
Yeah. My phone keeps falling.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. It may not go as planned. But yeah, Jimmy, when he was in possibly third grade, when the teacher had asked him, oh, I feel like you're a better storyteller with this, had asked him that it is time for go from a pencil to a pen, and Jimmy refused to do that. So why don't you kick off from here? I need to run. I'll be right back.
That's pretty much the whole story. I I didn't want to switch. I didn't like change. I mean, I've heard different versions of the story over the years that they forgot about me because I was so happy using the pencil that they didn't transition me to a pen, and that like they were like, all right, it's time to use a pen now, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I like my pencil. They're like, no, it's time to learn how to use a pen. It's like, yeah, pen. No, I'm good. Pencils are great.
They have to call your mom, right?
Yeah, supposedly.
What did she say?
Who knows? Who knows? You can't trust anything that woman says.
Facts. She's a storyteller, people. She's a storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll admit it. She'll tell you, with no problem. No shame.
That is true.
Absolutely no shame in her game. She will absolutely admit that.
She'll be like, maybe I exaggerated a little bit. Long time ago.
So how did you finally get a pen? What went through? Tell us the process.
I think I remember there were like different stages of this, like, because my first objection was, well, what about if I make a mistake?
Your first objection. That is hilarious. Okay, what did they say?
A pencil is no problem. I just erase it. Can you improve on this technology? And so then they tried these like erasable pens.
Oh, those are the worst.
They were the worst.
Oh yeah, they didn't work.
They were like blue plastic, gross, with like these strange erasers that never really erased anything right. Made messes on the page, and so that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. And then they tried some type of like special pen. It like looked like an old fountain pen, but it wasn't a fountain pen because it had ink inside.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, and then the other issue was that it would make my hand all discolored.
Because you're lefty.
Yeah, so we never really found a pen that wouldn't do that. And so then I spent most of the time taking apart this pen, mm-hmm. or pretending it was a tower, because I would like stand it up on my desk, just like look at it, versus and then I would still use my pencil.
Wow. So it probably took you to middle school, possibly high school for you to get used to this?
Yeah, well, my school went from elementary to middle, so it was like kindergarten to 8th grade. So I don't remember. It didn't feel like there was any difference between elementary and middle school. It just felt like one big thing.
Well, you had a lot of factors. Yeah, you had a lot of objections to your point of keeping the pencil. Those are pretty solid, I would say.
Yeah, it's funny because even like when I was a kid, I've always seemed to be like people perceive me as very easygoing and very like go with the flow until you actually try and get me to do something that I don't want to do, and then it's like people are always shocked because it's like it's not like an aggressive no, it's just like a no.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a solid no. So it's just like no.
Yes. Tell
I
the
don't.
people.
I don't want
Yes,
to.
this is
I
living
don't.
with Jimmy Zito, people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely not an aggressive no, but it's that, that passive aggressive no.
I
And
wouldn't say
he means it for years to come.
it's like I
Right,
told you
sweetheart?
no. I don't know. I don't know why you're upset. I clearly said I don't think so.
All right, honey. Well, I forgive you. I appreciate you telling the story. Because yeah, a change is gonna happen. As you said, every winter that we're gonna have a snowstorm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's expecting that. And it's how to embrace basically Brene Brown embrace the suck, people. And I use it as like, it's gonna have an end, right? Like it's going to have an end, people. Somebody posted on Instagram, I think 30 days till spring or something like that. That's a really good way to remind ourselves about that, right? And also yesterday we were talking about what's most important. What's most important? What are some of the things that we could do during this cold time? Well, for us here in Florida, it's already spring, but I'm pretty sure next week it'll get cold again and go back and forth. It's very confusing. So I say let's create our own seasons. Just like me. Today, finishing up some stuff with a client. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go and take my state exam. Yes, because I did pass the other one, so I'm really happy about that. And that's the new journey. And it's gonna be different. It's gonna be May. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, like the in between could be all rough and so yeah, so I'm in that process right now, making sure I got everything right and make sure I'm finishing things. And I could get crazy and way too invested in certain things. So anyway, I'm embracing this time that I plan not to continue for the new journey. And this is a good a lovely way to end our week. And I know it's Thursday, but tomorrow I'm going to be so fired up. We might have like a 1 minute morning show, so I will neither confirm or deny that it may be short tomorrow. But anyway, guys, Jimmy, thanks for sharing your pencil story. Guys, let's embrace the change. Let us know how you embrace change in the comments below. We will greatly appreciate that. Anything else, Zito, you would like to add?
No, I'm good.
Look at you with those shades, sir. Let's see some moves. We will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Woo! Please consider subscribing and share this video within the 80s, 90s, you know. We'll see you tomorrow.
I took a stroll downtown this evening when I heard music